Yo, what's going on, guys? We're playing some more NHL 17 EASHL in the background here as we talk about probably one of the most argued, controversial topics in NHL games in the past 5-6 years, and that is the great phenomenon of ice till. I'm going to give you my perspective of it and try to explain to you why I feel the way I do about it. Now, a lot of people try to avoid these types of videos because, you know, in today's world, people aren't allowed having opinions, apparently, without getting their heads ripped off. But I kind of like these types of videos because it gets everybody's gonna have an opinion about it. I always think it's cool to see what everybody else's thoughts are about something like this. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about it anyway, because why not? And I think it can, you know, at the end of the video, it might actually help you. You'll realize, like, it might help you get better at the game, believe that or not. But so real quick, just to clarify with everyone, ice tilt is not literally the ice tilting higher on one end than the other. Just throwing that out there real quick. But if that was the case, it would make this argument a whole lot easier because you switch sides each period. But anyway, ice tilt is the belief that EA programmed code in the game to make it so players of lesser skill are given an advantage in the game to help them win against better players. To clarify, like, the most popular form of this so-called ice tilt conspiracy is that you'll hear people talk about and how they've played these loaded teams in HUT with, you know, all 90 plus overalls, and they'll lose to a team full of cheap players of like 85s, 86s. That's probably the most talked about way of ice tilt in this game. So it's time for story time with Revive Lazy. So way back in the day, you know, when I was just a little fella. Okay, not that far back. I'm talking more along the lines of, you know, I remember my first NHL game. I used to only play EA Sports Hockey League, right? And I've said this before, but I'll say it again. When I first started playing NHL, the only person I could probably name in hockey in real life was Sidney Crosby. Never watched a full game of hockey in my life at the time. Anyway, I say this because I knew no one in hockey, so I had zero desire to play HUT, and I really didn't play much versus either. Funny thing is, HUT is what got me into hockey in the long run, but when I started playing HUT, all I did was, you know, work the market to get the best players. I was, you know, rocking a team full of these team of the years, and when I played good players with bad teams, I would lose. And I didn't have a terrible record. I was, well, okay, it wasn't great, but, you know, for me, considering I never played versus or anything like that, I was like 130 or something stupid like that. So what did I do when I'd lose to these great teams or bad teams with my great team? Of course, I blamed ice tilt. Why not, right? So if you didn't fall asleep during story time, the whole point I was trying to get across was I put a lot of work into HUT, but not a lot of actual playing work. Now I've come to the conclusion that it isn't ice tilt, it ain't real, it's me. It's hard for a lot of people to realize this, but I realize it now. To all the believers in ice tilt, listen up, be honest with yourself real quick and think about this. How do most people get these stacked teams, right? Grinding the market is what would be the correct answer. Think about it, how many hours you put in grinding the market. I did it myself. Like, I know the grind it takes to get onto it. There are the people that have the pack lug and a bunch of money, but at the same time, a lot of these stacked teams require a lot of hard work in this game. Well, if you're putting in, say, 4 hours a day on the market, on average, that might be a lot for some people, maybe not, but these people with bad teams are putting in 4 hours a day of actually playing the game. Like, that is, you gotta remember, no matter how great you are, if you don't ever play and these people are playing, they're getting a better, you know, they're getting a step ahead of you because they're constantly putting in games, getting better. Practice is going to make you better, obviously. Now, I'm not just saying this, I'm not speaking directly at you guys that believe in ice tilt saying, well, you're just not good at the game. This is just a conclusion, like, I came up to myself and I realized, like, I just wasn't as good as I thought I was at the game. And it was kind of a tough pill to swallow because it's just, we don't play as much as other people do, and you got to realize that. Because we're doing other things on the game, like grinding the market, and it's like, I guess if you think about it, it makes sense. If they're playing all the time, they're going to get better, and if you're not playing, how can you expect to get better? The game does change from year in and year out. There might still be the same cheese, whatever, but you still have to be able to execute that kind of stuff if that's what you're doing. So let's tackle some of the gameplay complaints about ice tilt. People will say how your players are clueless while theirs are faster, smarter, playing better, whatever. Well, ice tilt is not real, right? I've already said it once, but momentum is. They've talked about putting momentum in the game. One thing I've noticed in HUT, it's different than EA Sports Hockey League when it comes to momentum. Big difference, if you have not noticed that, but is that if you don't put a lot of shots on net and you turn the puck over, you're not cycling the puck, you're trying to hold it with one guy and everything, the other team will start to get more of the momentum, see more aggressive, better play out of their AIs because they're quite frankly, they're playing a better game than you are, so they're going to have better momentum, if that makes sense, just like in real life. And the other team's turning the puck over a whole bunch and everything. The other team's going to start to get some momentum. They're going to be that's why you see teams outshoot guys 10 shots to 2 in one period or something. They got the momentum at that point in time. That's kind of how it is in this game. But Legacy, you're an idiot because I put in a team of scrubs and go like 10-0, man. Well, I wish I had an explanation for this one. I mean, all I can say really is your tolerance level and focus are a lot higher with a bad team. Again, personal experience, I say this. I go into a game with a stacked team with a lot higher expectations, and I get rattled a lot easier when I play versus a bad team. And when you're playing rattled, you don't play as well, and it's not a good thing to have happening, I guess, right? But here's the thing, though. Let's talk about this so-called bad teams. These teams consist of probably 86 to 88 overalls, and a stacked team is a 90 plus overalls. This year is different because of all the heroes, but I understand that. But my point is that only 2 overall points isn't that big of a difference. Think about it. If your player is a 90 overall with a 92 speed, 93 shot, the person with an 87 overall probably still has a 90 speed, 90 shot. A +2, +3 is not that big of a difference if you're equal gameplay. If you're equal players, if they're better than you, you're better than them, you can overcome that little bit of a boost right there. It's just like playing teams with boosted players or whatever in previous games. This is why they are still competitive, in my opinion, quite honestly. Okay, so my final reason for no ice tilt. Let's go down here and check out the leaderboards real quick. I'm going to use the guy ranked number 3 for an example here. 377 wins, 50 losses. Pretty impressive record, right? Yeah, I'd say so. Now let's check out his team. This is his 3rd line right here. Now if ice tilt was real, then why is this guy with this type of team not experiencing it? You get what I'm saying? Like, there's really good teams that are still winning a lot of games. Obviously, why would the ice tilt only be for some people? That just seems kind of silly. So that's probably my final reasoning. I know a lot of people are going to feel different about it. Go ahead and drop your opinions below. That's fine. I still try to, listen to everybody else's thoughts about things as well. Like I said, that's why I like making these type of videos, because everybody has a different point of view on stuff like this. And it's always interesting to see how people think. But like I said, if I missed anything else that makes you believe ice tilt's real, like I said, just drop a comment below. But as always, guys, I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.